What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back to The Girl of Glass, A Summerbird's Tale. I took a little time to process the past couple of videos, or rather just Chapter 2 in its entirety. Things got crazy, I got really confused, but because we are a girl made of glass, it did not cross my mind that maybe she was just having another dream. I accepted our monster circus colleagues as reality, and I should be more aware of when Kristal falls asleep moving forward. But we are in Chapter 3. This is the orphanage where we grew up, and Mr. Whiskers, how did you get here? I can't believe you came all the way here with us. But I'm happy you did. I need all the company I can get right now. I've been at the circus for so long, the world outside scares me. But don't tell the boy that. Do you still not know his name? What have I done? Anyway, it's also good that you're here because I need your help. The door to the orphanage is locked. I need you to use the cat door and open the lock from the inside. Will you do that for me, pretty please? Meow. Right. I need to stop pretending I can talk to animals. This is no fairy tale. Again. Because we are a girl made of glass. You know, talking to animals, it's super normal. I accepted that as reality. Maybe I should not have. This is getting even more interesting than it was already. I need another plan. But I bet you're also hungry. I'll see if I can find something for you to eat.
Kristal was not nearly tall enough to reach the bunny from the ground.
I was about to say we have to break in. This is probably an abandoned building. Look at all these broken windows. But there's a crying girl here. That's probably her, bunny. But is she a real girl or is she a ghost?
The red-haired girl was crying her eyes out. Kristal couldn't just ignore it.
What's wrong? Are you hurt? Has someone been mean to you? I understand you're upset, but I can't help you unless you talk to me. Fine, don't tell me. Kids these days. Back when I was an orphan, we were taught manners. But I never learned. I guess I shouldn't be hard on you.
Then the red-haired girl pointed at something above them. Kristal took a step back and saw the plush bunny on top of the roof.
You lost your bunny? What? You can't get inside and walk up the stairs and reach out? I mean, that's super unsafe to begin with, but I'm seeing an avenue of opportunities here that you may have not fully explored to accomplish your goal. I see, well that sucks. I wish I could do something, but... Oh, don't cry, please. How did the bunny end up there anyway? We could talk to animals all day long, but we can't talk to people? And why don't you speak?
The red-haired girl took out a kid's umbrella and gave it to Kristal.
You want me to have this? Thanks. It looks a little small. Why?
The red-haired girl pointed at the bunny again.
Well, unless this is a magical umbrella, it's not going to help us get the bunny back. Is this our new attack item? Or defense item? Wah! Okay, I'll see what I can do.
The red-haired girl calmed down for a moment, but as Kristal walked away, she started crying again.
Yeah, I don't have parents either. What makes you so special? What about this crowbar? Thank goodness, because that noise was upsetting me so much. Let's see what else we can click on.
Kristal dug deep into the trash can in hope to find something useful. But all she could find at the bottom was a half-empty bottle of vegetable oil.
Take it!
As she climbed out of the trash can, it fell over.
Oh great, now we smell even worse than we did when we left the circus. Which had no running water, by the way. Oops. This is really upsetting. Who throws out a half-full bottle of perfectly fine vegetable oil?
Kristal's stomach growled.
No, Tummy, I know you'd like me to, but I'm not going to drink it. Please don't. I might be starving, but I have not reached that point yet. Why am I starting to sound like the clown? I'm such a weirdo. The self-deprecation in this game. Kristal, I hope by the end of it, you will have transformed from your chrysalis into a beautiful butterfly and learn to love yourself. I hope he's okay, though.
Kristal couldn't reach the fridge from ground level.
What's this truck doing here? Kind of hoping you'd have more to say than that. All right, let's go over here. Let's see what's on the left side of the screen. Well, we got a crowbar, so we can get into there now. I could tell this one has not been used for a while. This place is overgrown. How are children supposed to play in the backyard? I might as well help out and do a quick run around the yard. I'm starving, and all I think of is doing chores for others. I'm totally occupationally damaged from slaving at the circus.
She pulled the engine cord, but it wouldn't start.
It's out of fuel. That explains a lot.
Kristal used the crowbar to pull off the plank. It was time for Kristal to grow up and stop pretending to speak with animals.
Well, we removed the plank of wood. I had hoped we could get in the door now.
The door was locked from the inside. The door was locked from the inside.
Boo. Maybe we just need to use the plank of wood to reach the rabbit.
Kristal was not nearly tall enough to reach the bunny from the ground.
If only the tall lady had been here. I think I kind of miss her.
Kristal was not nearly tall enough.
Okay. Oh wait, we got the vegetable oil. Is that our fuel for the lawnmower?
Kristal poured the vegetable oil into the fuel tank. It was a risky move, but it turned out to be a good one. Kristal pulled the engine cord, and this time the lawnmower purred like a cat. She grabbed the handle, but only managed to push the lawnmower 2 steps before she ran into a rock and the engine broke down.
Ow! That bastard came out of nowhere!
Not only did the engine break, the cutting blade had shot off and missed the cat by an inch. Kristal pretended like she didn't just almost decapitate the cat and calmly picked up the cutting blade.
This game is endless surprises. I did not think there would be so much darkness in this game, but here we are. I am traumatized by that. That has upset me so much. Well, now what do we do with the cutting blade? Ah, okay, I see the twist tie.
The gates to the stairs were kept shut with a sturdy plastic band.
Doesn't this kind of defeat the entire purpose of having a fire escape route? But I get that she doesn't want the kids playing up there.
The gates to the stairs were kept shut with a sturdy plastic band. Kristal used the lawnmower blade to cut it open.
Yeah, I was about to say we just barehanded that, but again, we're made of glass, so I think we're okay.
The fridge was heavy and leaning dangerously close to the balcony edge.
Sooner or later, this thing is gonna fall down and crush someone.
Kristal peeked into the fridge and found a half-rotting fish.
Yuck. Is that from Mr. Whiskers? Now, I hate to do this, but I have to. Can we push the fridge off?
The fridge was heavy and leaning dangerously close to the balcony edge.
Alright, never mind. Okay. Making me concerned. Well, okay, I guess we got a snack for Mr. Whisker so he can go through the cat door now. Hey, I'm sorry I almost prematurely ended your life. Will this be enough for forgiveness?
Kristal tossed the half-rotten fish in front of the cat, which desperately cut its fangs into the food.
I know it's not as good as what the tall lady fed you, but it's something.
When the cat was finished, it cleaned its paws and walked through the cat door.
Yes, yes, yes! Maybe animals do understand me after all.
A minute later, the cat returned, but it had not fulfilled Kristal's request. Instead, it carried a long rope in its jaws.
Do you want to play? Meow. Whatever that means, I'm not in the mood. The rope might come in handy, though.
Kristal pulled the rope from the cat's jaws. It hissed and ran off.
He'll come back, he always does. Can we combine any items?
Kristal's aim wasn't reliable enough to use the rope as a lasso. Kristal tied one end of the rope around the fridge and let the other end hang down from the balcony. It was all part of her plan.
This is so unsafe, and it's going against every fiber of my being as a person. I am all about safety. This ain't it. We gotta do anything with this before we walk back down?
Kristal's plan was not to push the fridge over the edge, but to pull it from beneath.
Okay. Should we tell the little girl to stand back? Or are we just gonna go for it?
There was still a piece missing before she could execute her plan.
Okay, the blink?
There was still a piece missing before she could execute her plan.
Not the umbrella.
There was still a piece.
Okay, we need something heavy. Trash can? I think I'll leave it on the ground. Hey, my hint mechanic friend isn't here. Can you tell me what to do?
The red-haired girl was crying her eyes out. She was missing her plush bunny.
Do you have a moment? I'll take that as a yes. So, I have these weird dreams where I'm a butterfly, but it feels so real. Sometimes I wonder if I'm actually a butterfly dreaming I'm a girl of glass. Or rather, I wish I were. That's enough existential dread for today. I'll get your bunny down in a moment, don't worry. That's another thing. She's not freaking out. There's just a person made of glass in front of her. I need more world building. What is the lore? All right, but I'm stuck. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna ask for some help. I'm stuck. I need to break into the orphanage to find something to eat. But I don't know how. That little girl might be able to fit through the cat door. I have a feeling you're a part of the puzzle. So I should probably get the bunny down first. Which is easier said than done. I can't reach it from ground level, and I can't climb up there. If only I had wings. Actually, maybe I could build a kind of springboard with the junk around here. Okay. Then I'll just need something heavy to send me flying. This is gonna be epic. So unsafe. I do not like how not safe this is. I have this crazy idea. It's so stupid, it might actually work. Just like in the cartoons.
Kristal placed herself on the end of the plank and grabbed the rope. The fridge landed on the other end of the plank and sent Kristal flying.
Whoa.
As if calibrated by a rocket scientist, Kristal soared perfectly towards the roof. She even managed to squeeze in a somersault before landing.
I don't believe that. I do kind of want her outfit, though. And the circus crowd roars! We love you, Kristal! Ah! Ah! Thank you, thank you! If only the ringmaster had seen this, he wouldn't think twice to let me join the circus crew. I wonder how he's doing.
Kristal picked up the bunny. The next moment, she stepped on a loose tile and fell. But as if on cue, the umbrella unfolded and she safely sailed down to the ground.
I guess it is a magical umbrella after all. I don't know if I'm cursed or if I have a guardian angel. Probably both. Alright, quit your whining. I have something for you. You have psychic powers. I mean, like, why else would you have given me the umbrella? You must have known I would fall and that it would save me. Is that how you died? Awesome! Anyway, could you do something else for me now? Will you crawl through the cat door and open the lock from the inside?
The red-haired girl nodded and did as she was told. And so the door was open. One more minute and Kristal would have collapsed from hunger. She hurried inside the orphanage. The back door led straight to the kitchen. Kristal found her way to the stove where a chicken stew was simmering. She was so hungry, she wolfed half of it and put a loaf of bread in her bag for the boy. She was about to escape, but then...
Kristal, is that you? I thought I'd never see you again. I was worried the bears had gotten you. Don't speak with your mouth full, dear. Oh, I'm sorry for stealing your food. I thought for sure, because of the dilapidated state of this orphanage and the girl crying outside, like, if the girl lived there, there would have been no reason for her to crawl through the cat door, right? And, like, she couldn't just walk through the front door. I guess not if you're intent to stealing food. And this woman left a pot of stew unattended in presumably a house full of children. Rookie mistake. Do not worry, dear. I am just happy to see that you are alive and well. You must have been through a lot. I can't wait to hear your story. There is also something I need to tell you. But first, we have 8 hungry orphans waiting for dinner in the next room. But it looks like only 4 of them will get to eat now. They're not too fond of the chicken stew anyway, so let's give them pancakes and celebrate your return. If you get the eggs, I'll prepare the rest. I'll even make the carrot jam you always loved. Yes! 10 eggs will do just fine. Be back as soon as you can. Uh-huh.
It was as if Kristal had traveled back in time and was her 11-year-old self again. She didn't mind spending some time at the orphanage. It was better than starving in the woods. And she couldn't wait to taste that sweet, sweet carrot jam again. Kristal knew the boy wouldn't be happy about her spontaneous decision to stay a while. But he would have to deal with it. It's not like they had a plan on how to reach the town anyway. One thing at a time, Kristal thought. First, she needed to find 10 eggs for the pancake party.
Oh, there he is. I thought he would just be chilling by the road or something. Hey, Kristal. You like carving, huh? Yeah. Ever since my mom died, it's something that keeps me going. I make these tiny wooden figures in the image of people I meet. It helps me remember them even after they're gone. And you collect all of them? Well, I only keep the ones I like. Do you have one of me? Yes, you want to see it? Of course. Here it is. You don't like it? I do. It's just a bit weird that it's made out of wood. What do you mean? You know, I'm the glass girl and all. Right. I'd choose to be the wooden girl if I could. But I like you the way you are. I think glass is way cooler than wood. That's a dorky thing to say. But thank you. Anyway, so what's the plan? How do we get out of here? I got caught stealing food. And now I need to find 10 eggs so we can make pancakes for the orphans. Why? Shouldn't we just keep going? I can't. I need to do this. They caught me stealing their food. I need to replace it. Have you no morals? I don't get it, but okay. It's interesting how, like, these characters that we meet, like, oh, there's our goose again. But, again, we do not know his name. I don't even know how old we are. And it's like the people we meet, like the characters that our protagonist interacts with on some sort of a favorable level. We want to like them. And I'm getting mixed feelings about a lot of them, especially this boy now. Like, who was his mom? What is his mom's relationship with Kristal or Kristal's mom? I'm hoping everything gets answered and resolved. Everything feels like a mishmash jigsaw puzzle right now. You also followed us here? Quack. I thought geese went honk. Anyway, and I'm so happy you can fly. Now you could reunite with your family.
The goose was carrying something in its mouth.
Oh, great.
It dropped it in Kristal's hand.
Those are the tall lady's earrings. She always bragged about how expensive they were, but they're actually just made of plastic. Nothing wrong with that. At least she was a great actress. Somehow I feel it's my fault the circus was shut down. If only I could afford lawyers to fight the sheriff. But then I first need to reach town. And have a ton of money. You don't happen to lay eggs, do you? Specifically of the golden variety? I guess not. Thank you anyway.
Kristal picked up what she thought was an egg. But it was not an egg. It was a white snail.
That's a great face. I'm sorry. That's another great face.
The bird's nest was high up, but even from beneath, Kristal could spot 2 large eggs in it. Those were definitely chicken eggs. But how would she get them down? Maybe she could throw something.
How did they get up there? I don't think we should be messing with eggs and nests. Some of those birds are vicious.
A hen was occupying the wheelbarrow. It was roosting an egg. Not only was it roosting an egg, but also some silverware and coins.
What a materialistic hen.
Not only materialistic, but egoistic, because it wouldn't let Kristal take the egg.
It's a great bonnet on her head.
The cat seemed grumpy.
Sorry about not playing with you earlier and feeding you rotten fish. I was just too hungry. Can I do something to cheer you up?
The cat just looked the other way.
Make a meow sound.
Kristal caught the cat's attention.
Should I continue acting like a cat?
The cat was not impressed.
But was he amused?
The cat liked it and lowered its guard.
Okay. Pat its back.
The cat enjoyed it and rolled over on its back.
I don't want to be mean to it. Let's just scratch his belly.
The cat was now purring out loud.
Can I pick it up?
The cat allowed Kristal to pick it up. It didn't seem to mind riding her backpack for a while.
Great, we put the cat in our backpack. Hi, little girl. Happier now?
The red-haired girl smiled and pointed both of her index fingers at Kristal. Kristal recognized this. It was a game called Chopsticks. The kids used to play it back when she lived at the orphanage. While none of the kids ever played with Kristal, she had seen the others do it, so she knew the rules. The goal was to bring the opponent to 2 full hands. To do that, scores from one hand are transferred to the hand of the opponent. Kristal accepted the invitation to play.
I have never heard of this game before. Use left hand. Target right hand. Kristal uses her left hand on the redhead girl's right hand. Now it's the red hair girl's turn. I don't understand the rules. What? Redhead girl uses her left hand on Kristal's left hand. I don't understand. Are we winning? Are we tied? What gives? Next round. Let's use our right hand. Go for her right hand. Kristal uses her right hand on the red-haired girl's right hand. Now it's the red-haired girl's turn. Red-haired girl uses her right hand on Kristal's left hand. I don't understand how this works. Split the right hand. I'm just going to start clicking things. Kristal doesn't have enough score to split her right hand. I don't understand what any of this means. And I'm going to complain about it. Right hand. Left hand. How are we getting our ass kicked? The redheaded girl uses her left hand on Kristal's right hand. If we split our right hand, does that like give us a... Okay. The redheaded girl uses her right hand on Kristal's right hand. Let's do left hand, right hand. No, I was expecting it to go down. Why does it go up? Somebody explain this game to me, because the game itself didn't help me any, and I'm just a whiny, impatient person. Okay, so right hand, I'm going to try to understand this. Left hand, target right hand. We've got 3 against 2. And her other hand lost a finger. I lose, I guess.
Kristal had lost.
Please don't make me play this until I win, because I do not understand the rules or this game. I've never heard of it in my entire life. Oh, let's make it the best out of 3.
The red-haired girl seemed to accept it. Kristal had lost a second time and had to face the fact that she had been defeated by a 5-year-old girl. The red-haired girl smiled. Kristal figured that she could probably get a rematch if she wanted.
I do not want to rematch. That was not fun for me. I did not understand what was happening. Sure, someone else out there watching my playthrough will have been just so on top of it.
Fascinated by the statue, Kristal took a closer look. It strangely reminded her of Strong Girl.
I hope she stays strong.
Then Kristal saw something behind the basket. It was an egg.
Jackpot. Oh, so it is a hidden object-esque point-and-click kind of game. Where we're finding the eggs.
Kristal used the pump, but something was blocking the water. Kristal pulled the lever another time, and this time an egg flushed out and fell into the well.
How did that end up in there, and do we really want to feed it to children? Some kid must have shoved it up. That's a strong egg. That's telling me there wasn't a screened vent in the well. Kids can be so stupid. Why you put a screened vent in there so nothing can get in it. I know that from personal experience.
Kristal picked up the egg.
Can I go in here?
Kristal stuck her head into the chicken coop. Inside, she found 4 hens and a rooster. To her surprise, they were the same hens as when she lived at the orphanage, so she knew them well. but they were not roosting any eggs. Kristal knew why. They were upset, and the reason was that there was no harmony in how they were sitting.
Oh.
The red hen was cranky and hated the other hens, but fancied the rooster. The orange hen also liked the rooster, but despised the white hen. The yellow hen adored the white hen, but couldn't stand the rooster. The white hen did not like to be moved. It was also too old to lay any eggs, so it didn't matter where she sat. The rooster also did not like to be touched. Kristal knew that hens only care who is next to them or directly above or below them. If she rearranged them to achieve harmony, perhaps they would get into egg-laying mode.
Okay, let's move hens. I'm going to move the yellow hen left.
The red hen was cranky and hated the other hens, but fancied the rooster. The orange hen also liked the rooster, but despised the white hen. The yellow hen adored the white hen, but couldn't stand the rooster. The white hen did not like to be moved. It was also too old to lay any eggs, so it didn't matter where she sat. The rooster also did not like to be touched. Kristal knew that hens only care who is next to them or directly above or below them. If she rearranged them to achieve harmony, perhaps they would get into egg-laying mode. Kristal had achieved harmony inside the chicken coop.
Finally.
She waited for a couple of minutes, and as expected, eggs soon began to drop. All three of them, the red, yellow, and orange hen, laid one egg each. Kristal picked them up.
Cool, so we got 4 eggs. Can the cat get in the tree?
Kristal threw the cat at the bird's
No,
nest.
Kristal!
Whoever said cats always land on their feet had not seen this cat. The cat crashed into the
Kristal,
bird's
you're
nest,
awful.
which collapsed from the additional weight. Everything came falling down, but Kristal caught the eggs and the cat before they hit the
That
ground.
doesn't excuse your
The
behavior.
bird's nest, however, was no more.
If everything else fails, at least I have a promising career as a crazy cat lady. Not with the way you treat those cats. They're not going to want to be with you. I'm appalled. If Mr. Whisker leaves you forever, I don't blame him. Would you like some fancy earrings to go with your fancy collection, you fancy hen?
Kristal approached the hen with the earring in her hand.
Dear, most magnificent hen, please accept this humble offering. It's an exclusive pearl earring. It has been worn by the great prima donna, whatever her full name is.
The earring shimmered in the sun and caught the hen's attention. Kristal put the fake pearl earring next to the hen, which quickly moved over to roost the earring instead of the egg. Kristal picked up the egg.
Great, so we still need 2 more eggs.
Kristal was happy to see the goose, but it did not lay eggs. And right now her top priority was finding eggs so they could make pancakes for the orphans.
If one of the eggs we need comes from having to beat this girl at the stupid chopsticks game, and I will refer to it as a stupid game because I think it is stupid. If someone had taught me this as a child, I would be equally as frustrated as I am right now because things I don't understand upset me. And the rules were not properly explained to me. Here, you got any hints, boy? What's wrong with the little girl? She's weird. Yeah, she's weird, but so are you. What? What makes me weird? Well, you actually want to hang out with me? That makes you the weirdest person I know. I guess you're right. Hey, I was kidding. When I say something like that, you're supposed to respond with something flattering. Called fishing for compliments. I know, it's just so obvious when you want attention. You act like you've known this girl your whole life. Buddy, we're not tight like that. And I don't know if we ever will be. Well, a gentleman is supposed to give a girl attention when she asks for it. I guess I'm no gentleman then. Besides, you're a strong, independent woman, right? Damn right I am. And you don't need flattery from chivalrous men. Thank you, that's flattering. Kind of defeats the purpose, but whatever. Anyway, that girl doesn't talk to me either, but don't worry about her. She's actually quite sweet. Right. What's her name? How could I know? I told you she doesn't talk to me either. I see. She's not coming with us, right? Why do you care? Of course not. That would be kidnapping. She's still a child. Phew. One less mouth to feed, am I right? I clicked on you to get a hint. I told you I need to find the eggs first. I know, but I still don't get it. I don't expect you to, but please trust me. You're also a horrible hint mechanic. Fine.
Kristal still hadn't told the boy that this is where she grew up.
Oh.
She also hadn't come to terms with her own feelings about returning to the orphanage. While it had brought up some tough memories, this place felt safe.
Anyway, what happened to your leg? I guess this is an opportunity to find out more about him. Nothing serious, really. I just cut myself on a piece of glass the other week. Yeah, glass could be dangerous. You shouldn't play with it. But I like to live dangerously. Well, while we're here... Hey, I got you something. Another gift? Yeah, kinda. It's... a pair of shoes? Yeah, don't girls like shoes? Sure, but I like my shoes. Where did you find those anyway? The truck outside the orphanage is loaded with them. I got us one pair each. So you stole them? Well, you could put it that way. You should never steal. But this is how the world works, Kristal. People steal from each other all the time. Some do it legally, others illegally. I don't like that. Better get used to it. This game cuts deep. I won't. Suit yourself. Like, he's supposed to be our partner in our adventure. It's throwing me off to have like such a negative energy around each other. Doesn't look like I can leave the area, so everything I need should be right here. How's it going? I'm really struggling finding all the eggs I need. Well, I found an egg, but I'll only give it to you if you promise me we'll leave as soon as possible. I don't want you to get too attached to this place. You were sitting on an egg all this time? I wasn't literally sitting on it, but... We're not gonna get stuck here. I told you, all I need is a little time to take care of this mess I caused. Right, I'm sorry. I trust you. Good, now give me the damn egg. You're really pissing me off. Yes, yes, of course. I'm gonna talk to this boy one more time. I have a feeling I'm going to have to beat that girl. at that stupid game.
Kristal was still upset with the boy for hiding an egg, but she knew she couldn't stay mad at him for long.
Well, I guess that's it. I want a rematch. I really don't, but I sense this is something that I have to do. And it doesn't recap the rules for me. I'm gonna look them up.
This time, Kristal won. The score was now 1-1.
Thank
The winner of the final
God.
game would take all the glory.
No, I have to do it again. I did say 2 out of 3. If this is the thing that prevents me from getting an egg, I had no idea what I was doing. I was brute forcing it toward the end. This is not an enjoyable minigame. I am not a fan. I barely understand what's going on. Did we do it? Did we finally do it?
Kristal had won a second time.
Oh my
The
gosh.
red-haired girl accepted defeat.
Ugh.
Despite defeat, the red-haired girl was smiling. She reached for something inside her dress
She had the
and gave
egg.
it to
I
Kristal.
knew she did.
It was a chicken egg.
She put me through that horrible
Kristal had
horrible
found enough eggs to
minigame.
make pancakes for the orphans. It was time to return to the kitchen.
I found the eggs. Oh, I don't remember what voice I gave him, but I guess he's the orphanage director. I told you if you ever tried to deceive me, I'd shut down the orphanage immediately. I promise the shipment is precise. I counted it myself. It should be exactly 350 pairs of shoes. Exactly, it should, but it's not. Either you are too old to count or you are a lying hag. I just checked the truck and there are only 348 pairs. Tell me, is production slacking or have you stolen 2 pairs from me? Are you forcing these orphans to make shoes? They didn't look like quality shoes. What are these shoes for? It doesn't matter which. Either way, I cannot build an empire relying on imbeciles. Look how you got me all worked up. I need to watch my blood pressure. Dude, you suck. Soon, my new factory is complete. I will be moving the children to work there. What year is it? No, please. That's inhumane. They belong here. I promise we will work harder. Let me care for them, please. No, you just turn them into lazy welfare parasites. They're children. I know who you voted for. But children need to play and to be loved. What they need is the self-respect earned by doing proper work. If they work hard, they might one day be able to spread their own wings and be free. Unlike you pathetic socialists who are chained down by your collective misery. They're children. Children who can't vote yet. Oh my God, this game cuts deep. You may have the right to shut down the orphanage, but I am still the children's caretaker. I just have to remind the judges that a child under your care has gone missing in the past. Surely they will see how unfit you are to care for any children. No, please don't do this. I have so much to say about this situation, and I do not have the energy. That chopstick game just wore me out. I told you, don't argue with me.
The businessman raised his hand to strike the old woman.
Ah! Ouch, that little rabbit freak bit me. I'd put a chain around her neck and put her in the circus if I hadn't already shut it down. And who is this girl? You've got a new helper? You know I'm not paying for that. Sounds like you're not paying for anything at all. You're the one who shut down the circus. Don't you lay a finger on that girl or woman. Who the hell do you think you are? And why do you think you have the right to decide what happens to the orphanage? Who am I? I'm the richest man in this part of the country, and I own this orphanage. Is this true? I'm afraid so, Kristal. It should be regulated, but it's not. That's what happens when you make everything private sector. Since when? 2 years ago. Kristal, why does that name ring familiar? You would think, again, are glass people a common thing in this world? Because if you meet one glass person, you think you would remember, right? And your face. Ugh, my head. Humph! I'm a busy man. I don't have time to meddle with commoners. I'll be rounding up the boxes and leave for town in 5 minutes. Next time you see me, I'll be coming for the children and to shut this place down. Oh, the corruption. This is what I wanted to tell you. I don't know what to say. You do not have to say anything, just listen. A couple of years ago, we had no money for food, so I let him buy the orphanage. You sought help from a monster, and now he makes the children work? I had no choice. The children were starving. Please understand. Everyone here sucks to some degree. I've not yet met one person who is 100% likable. And that's another interesting facet for this story. You don't see that. This is fresh and new to me. And I don't know how to cope. It's just so sad. Yes. By the way, what's up with the red-haired girl? I wish I knew. She hasn't spoken a word since she came here. You can imagine the other kids are not very kind to her. She must be lonely. She reminds me of you. Kristal, there was something I must ask you. My heart is aching for it. Why did you run away from the orphanage? I don't understand. Why didn't you file a missing children's report? I was never gonna get adopted anyway. Maybe not. But would that really have been so terrible? You had been with me for so long, much longer than any other child, so I thought of us as kind of family. That's why I did not file a missing children's report when you went missing. One less mouth to feed, am I right? Hearing that means a lot to me, but I have someone else who takes care of me now. See, she's dependent. She's still not secure in herself, in her own ability to be her own person, to take care of herself. Also, Grandma, why didn't you teach her how to read? Ugh. I'm sorry. It is inappropriate for me to bring it up at a time like this. I understand you have moved on with your life. As much as I wish you would return to me, you have no future here. But please take this advice, Kristal. Hold on to those who put themselves at risk for you. In this world, compassionate people do not grow on trees. We live in a society. We want to go to the nearby town. In that case, you could sneak into the truck. It is heading straight to town, but you'll have to hurry. I was looking forward to a pancake minigame. I need something to help me decompress here. Thank you. I hope I'll see you again sometime. And that's such like a weird thing to suggest. I thought of us like family. You say that, but you're not. I get it. She ran away. What right do you have to ask her to stay with you if she didn't feel like she belonged there? You know, what kind of safe haven could you provide her, because you couldn't provide her one in the past? But still, you would think she would still maybe try to ask me, like, why don't you stay with me? We'll make it work. But no, it's just, this is so this game is depressing me now. I do not know what to think of it. I mean, overall, I will give this, it's a phenomenal game, phenomenal writing. I love the turn-based combat. Can't wait to get into more of that. But there's so much happening in between that I'm not fully grasping yet because the story is still unfolding. So overall, I have a very positive, perception of this game. But good stories can also have sucky people in them. And as I've stated before, everyone here sucks. I do not know how we're going to reach any sort of satisfying conclusion. I'm having doubts that we're going to get any sort of happy ending, but I'm still hoping that the end result is Kristal learning to love herself. But we'll see. I hope I'll see you again sometime. I'm sure our paths will cross again. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures then. Take care, dearest Kristal. Probably could have left a phone number, a mailing address, some form of contact. Shall we say goodbye to Bethany? You're not coming? I mean, I almost killed you twice today, but are you really not coming? It's probably for the best. I don't blame you at all. I know we didn't always get along, but you're a good cat. I know that now. Thank you for everything. Meow.
The cat licked Kristal's hand, and Kristal almost shed a tear. This was goodbye.
I guess this means goodbye. Please don't cry, because you're going to make me cry. You have not been in each other's presence long enough to get attached. Be strong. Be stronger than I ever was. I'm sure you will find your voice, but it may take time. I'm just beginning to find mine. See, that's what I'm hoping that the overall theme is. No matter how difficult things are for the moment, know that it will get better. Do we gotta go grab the boy? Let's just get in the truck. If he comes on, he comes on. The truck is leaving for town. It's our only way out of here. What are we waiting for? Right, let's go.
Almost immediately after they climbed into the truck, someone closed the tailgate and drove off with the vehicle.
And I really hate see how she's leaning on his shoulder and she was hugging him last time when they were in the meadow? She's already formed this dependent relationship on him, and I don't like that. You barely know him. You do not know his name or his backstory, and you've already fully attached yourself to him, which makes me think a couple theories. One, he's going to die. Actually, that might be the only theory I have right now. Something terrible is going to happen where their bond is going to get broken. Also, not only do I not like that she's forming this dependent bond with him, but even more so, I don't like that he's allowing her to do that, because we do not know enough about him. Madam Butterfly hasn't come up in a while. Like, there's a lot to process and dissect. What's wrong? It feels wrong to leave the orphanage. Why? That's where I spent the first 12 years of my life. I see. It's not like I'm sentimental, though. I hated that place almost as much as the circus, but it was familiar, you know? The other children were always so mean to me. They wouldn't let me play with them, and they called me the girl of glass behind my back. Well, where did you come from? Are you an alien? I hate that nickname. I didn't see it at first. I thought I was just a normal girl. But with time I realized what a freak I was. No wonder no one wanted to adopt me. They probably didn't know how to care for you if you have different biology. When adults arrived to pick out their perfect little son or daughter, I was always pushed into the back. I was dragging the rest of them down, the kids said. One day, a woman came to the orphanage. She radiated as she walked through the gates. She was out of this world. She was the most beautiful person I had ever seen. Of course, the children were eager to be adopted, so I had to stay in the back. But the woman walked past the rest like she didn't even see them. And took my hand. Is she the voice in your head? She picked me. For the first time in my life, someone wanted me. Me, despite my flaws. We met a few times and enjoyed each other's company. She wore a locket around her neck, just like mine. She said that's how she knew we belonged together. I don't know where I got it from. I've always had it, but I've never managed to open it. She said it required a special key and promised that we would open our lockets together the day I came with her. I was so excited. Everything felt so good. Too good. The day finally arrived when she was going to pick me up. I had packed my bag a week in advance, and the moment I woke up, I went outside the orphanage and waited. I was so eager, I didn't even eat that whole day. But I waited and waited. Dusk arrived, but she didn't. I worried something had happened to her. But the other children said that it had all been a joke, that I had been so stupid to think the most perfect woman would ever want to adopt a freak like me. A sick, cruel joke. That night I ran away. And I ran as far as I could. But my legs didn't carry me long. As I collapsed, I realized how weak I really was. There was no way I would make it in this world. At that time, death didn't seem so bad. I wanted it to end right there, then I wouldn't have to suffer anymore. I was so exhausted, my body wouldn't move for hours. Then the ringmaster found me and took me to the circus. Years passed and I suppressed the memories from the orphanage. But I couldn't shake off the feeling of being unwanted, or the itch of knowing that I am too weak to be on my own. I used to wish the ringmaster had just left me at the side of the road. That would have been easier. Then I met you. You helped me believe in myself. But visiting the orphanage has reminded me of some things I haven't processed. And I want to stop running from my past. But now the orphanage is as doomed as the circus, and there's nothing I can do about it. Why aren't you saying something? Oh, is that his mom? I don't know what to say. But I know one thing. What? You're special, Kristal. That woman is his mom and she's dead. I'm not saying the orphans were right to treat you differently. But you're not a regular girl. There's something with the way that you see the world with such intensity that is unique. It's like the life force inside of you is tenfold that of a regular person's. And it's contagious. Just being around you gives me butterflies. And butterflies is another theme in this game. Butterflies, that's a good thing, right? It's a great thing. Yeah, I love butterflies too. Don't worry about the circus or the orphanage. We'll figure it out when we get to town. I just know that you can overcome anything when you put your mind to it. Thank you. Kristal. What? Never mind, I'll tell you later.
Opening up to the boy had lifted a heavy weight from Kristal's chest. She put her head on his shoulder and rested her eyes for a moment.
My short legs can't walk much further. We're almost there. Are we picking up from where we left off from when we were all last like this? It's so dark. I can't even see my feet. We'll soon arrive at the bunker beneath the circus. We just need to break through the cave-in.
That's the reason you brought Stronger, isn't it? I'm sure the clown will fulfill his purpose soon as well.
This was beneath the circus all along? Yes, it's been used by the resistance group to smuggle things in and out of prison.
You mean the terrorist group, the Butterflies? They were but petty thugs, impotent to start a real revolution. It served them right to be exterminated.
Hold up. Hold up, aren't we supposed to be on the butterfly side? Are we hearing the eagle? I'm invested. Kristal, I think there's some thing in the back of the bunker.
It's the little one from the orphanage.
What are you doing down here all by yourself? Whoa! What have they done to you?
She's no different from the rest, Kristal. But her powers might be useful.
Hold back your strength. She must not die. Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to leave this episode of The Girl of Glass, A Summer Bird's Tale here. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!